Why can't I tell Sam? I asked. We're flying. Why? You know how much Sam hates it. I don't want Marcus to have bad behavior again, so I decided to just leave alone. And Sam is too afraid to fly, so he can't come with us, and that is his problem. Okay. We have an early morning flight that is directly out of Midway Airport, and we have a late night flight back to Midway from Orlando, on the way back. What's Midway? Chicago's smaller airport. Isn't that where the Orange Line train out to the Loop goes to? Yes. How long of a ride is it? 25 minutes, so not that long. Okay. Do you remember when Daddy had to fly to Cleveland a few months ago for work? Yes. That's where Sam and I waited for him to arrive. I see. There was a pause as I was trying to analyze everything that Mommy told me. What is your crippling fear? I asked. Where did you learn the word crippling? Mommy asked. I'm a genius through genetics. Where do you think? Well, you're right. Well, what is your crippling fear? Just like how Sam is very afraid of flying. Losing you, and your brothers, and your daddy. Everyone is afraid of that, but let me ask you this, since we are staunch believers in an afterlife, why is it that you are afraid of losing us because we will see you again? Because I always fear being away from my younger men outside of work. Are you afraid of the time when Marcus is going to be in New York City? I'm afraid of me missing him, but what I'm going to use with coping that fear is the fact he's going to be with Hannah the whole time, Mommy answered. Do you want him to go to New York City? I asked. No, but I know he will be with Hannah, so he will be having a good time and in good hands. So is it like how when Daddy was in Cleveland? Exactly. Okay. Do you want me to tell you something sad? Sure. I feel more uncomfortable about us going to Orlando and dealing with your grandparents than I am about with you being away. But I thought that you just said losing us was your biggest fear, I asked. I'm scared that your grandparents are going to call Child Protective Services on us, Mommy answered. Why do you think they would do that? Have you ever seen them be nice to me? Think. I was thinking. No, I answered. How have you not seen them be nice to me? Mommy asked. What, was the answer yes? Oh no, the answer was no, but I want to know your answer. I feel like they ignored you as their daughter-in-law. Exactly. Why did they act like that? Because they thought I was too old for Daddy and that I was not a Catholic, and I got Daddy on board with not being a Catholic anymore and an awareist instead. I see. We have been over this already. You were right, sorry. There's nothing to be sorry about, but just note that I have to give you reminders for reasons like that sometimes. I know. That led to me thinking about another thought, which is really weird that I am thinking about. Can I ask you a question? I asked. As long as it is not rude, but I know that you don't ask rude questions anyway, answered Mommy. Do you know what it will take to get Sam and Daddy to have a bit of a relationship again? That's a Daddy question. Why? Did you bring up Daddy's name in it? Yes. But it is a Daddy question. I don't think that is always the case. What do you mean by that? If it is something essential about Daddy that I don't know, I feel like I can ask you. Well, there is something about Daddy that is not essential, so because of that, I am not the one to ask. Well, let me ask you this. Do you know why Sam and Daddy's relationship is on the rocks right now, I asked? Because he almost lost into Robbinsog, and Robbinsog is in her home, answered Mommy. I just feel so bad for him. Me too. Are you going to do something about it? No. Why? I'm down $5,000 thanks to him, and I refuse to spend your money on it. So is the only solution for him to get a job? Or to get a lottery ticket and win big time, but we don't need that. We are wealthy enough because we can afford to place our nation in the heart of downtown or the third largest city in the United States of America. Well, let me ask you this. Why didn't you hold Marcus accountable when he cost you your job at that hospital on Paulina Street? I asked to destroy loopholes. because I just lost my job instead of having to pay for it, and since I found a job literally the next day at his charter school, it didn't really matter to me, Mommy answered. I see. If I was going to lose money from that whole incident, I would have held him accountable. Okay, I get it now. Same with Daddy. Daddy has the same views over money that I do. Do you like how you pay what your job pays? Mommy then laughed. That's really a question. Yeah, that's not really a question to ask anyone, Mommy answered. Oh, sorry, I said. Anyhow, I'm your mother, so I'm willing to answer that for you. And the answer is yes, but I would make 10% more if I was still working at the hospital on Paulina Street. Do you miss that job? I do, actually. I am sorry Marcus ruined it for you. Can I ask you something about Marcus? What is it? Well, really, this isn't about Marcus. This is about Dr. Marcassius. Go on, I said with energy. What's the point of his new persona, Mommy asked. I don't know. Have you felt he's become out of character? I am not the person to ask. Why? Because I am only used to him getting meaner and meaner. I then burst into tears because I haven't never told anyone that before. What is wrong? Mommy asked. I've never told anyone that, I answered. You were born at the beginning of a time that was difficult for him. That is why he has been having behavior issues. Why haven't you sent him to the Polk Charter School? What? You sent Sam to the Polk Charter School because he has behavioral issues, so why haven't you sent him to Dr. Marcassius? Because as bad as Dr. Marcassius is, or Sam is worse, Mommy answered. Why? I asked. Remember what we were just talking about a few minutes ago? Yes? Well, that is why. Because I know that Dr. Marcassius would never start a fire.